Today we're going to sew the mouth onto the monkey. So you need your scissors, you will need your needle and thread tied with a knot, and you will need the last component that you should have, which is the heel. Okay, you might need to trim some edges just here to make sure it's a little bit neater. What we're going to do is we're going to sew it onto the monkey. I'm going to sew using an overstitch. I'm going to sew the first edge, then I'm going to stuff it, and then I'm going to sew the second edge. Now, as we did with the tail and some other parts, I'm going to fold over the edge as we go along, just so it's a little bit neater as we go. Okay, so I'm going to sew using an overstitch. So I'm going to start kind of here and go in. And then back in. So I'm using my overstitch to make it secure. See how it's got a nice neat stitch there? So I'm just going to do the whole top of the first row. Okay, now that I've sewn the first line, the top of the mouth using an overstitch, I'm then going to stuff the mouth and then sew the bottom. So grab a little bit of stuffing. Try not to overstuff, you only need a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to use overstitch to sew the bottom. Again, you might want to fold over, don't worry if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just going to start with my overstitch there. Now that I've come to the end of my row, I'm going to just tie a knot to make sure it's secure. So make a loop, needle through, left hand to guide the knot down. I'm going to make a few to make sure that it's secure. And then trim your thread. And I'm not using my needle, so I'm going to put it in my piece of paper so it stays safe.